Mga kapuso, puspusan ang paghahanda ng mga otoridad para sa bagyong Odette. Naka-full alert na ang Coast Guard. Pinalilikas na ang mga nasa coastal community sa mga lugar na maaaring daanan ng bagyo. Ilang rehiyon na rin ang pinagkansela ng land travel. Sabi ng NDRRMC, nasa 10,000 barangay na nasa mga lugar na posibleng tamaan ng bagyo ang pinaghanda. Ang mga mangingisda sa General Santos City naghahanda na sa parating na bagyo. Ang Department of Agriculture Western Visayas hinikayat ang mga magsasaka roon na agahan na ang pag-ani.
Good day everyone, I'm Jasmine Cassandra A. Semilla and I'll be explaining about our video. In these 3 skits that we make, our communication is about information dissemination or sharing important information, teaching each other and helping someone you feel welcome. We use talking, listening, and showing things to make sure everyone understands. For example, in the first skit, people use phones and talk to each other to spread news about a typhoon. They also use gesture and expression to show they care. In the second skit, a family talks at dinner, sharing what they learned about National Women's Month. They nod and smile to show they're interested. In the third skit, students show a new classmate around the school, using words and gesture to explain where things are and make the new student feel comfortable. So communication is like a bridge that helps people connect and understand each other better.
One of the top 12, so the top dozen of all storms.
Dude, you hear the news? Big typhoon coming next week. We should be
I
prepared.
just heard it right before you called.
No classes again. Ha 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 ha.
I know, right? I gotta go, by the way. I need to inform my parents.
No problem, dude. Keep safe.
Yeah, you too. Mom, Dad, have you heard about the news? There's a big typhoon coming next week.
Oh really? We haven't heard about it yet.
I think we should start preparing now. It may be a strong one.
Right, we need to make sure we're prepared and everyone is safe and secure.
Okay, so we need to stay updated and make sure we have everything we need. Okay?
Okay, I will prepare now.
Guys, did you see the announcement? A big typhoon coming next year. Yeah, here. Gosh, it expanded again. Then it will rain again. Yeah, right? It's just a light year, guys. That's just Hannah. OMG, I need to tell this to my parents. Then we've been experiencing so much typhoon before. It's not a big deal. Let's still ensure our families are safe so we can avoid more as we stay safe, guys. Mom, Dad, I'm home.
Come on, join us. Let's eat. The maid is still preparing the food.
So, how's your day in school?
It's great. I learned a lot. Our teacher discussed about the history of National Women's Month.
What did you learn? Would you like to share it to us?
Sure, so
Women have been shaping human history since the dawn of civilization, but it's the month of March that was chosen to honor women throughout history. Here's why. The origin story of Women's History Month is up for debate, but it was born right here in the US during the suffrage movement, when women were fighting for the right to vote. Some historians say that its roots can be traced back to a protest on March 8, 1857. It was then that a group of women from New York City textile factories allegedly staged a strike over poor working conditions. But scholars argue that this demonstration was fabricated, suggesting that the strike was invented retroactively to give the annual celebration a more compelling backstory. At first, women's history was only observed for one day. The Socialist Party of America first declared National Women's Day in 1909 amid the women's rights movement, but the idea quickly spread around the globe. The idea of an International Women's Day was proposed and approved in 1910 at the International Conference of Working Women in Copenhagen, which we now celebrate every year on March 8th. Fast forward to the 1970s in Sonoma County, California, where a group of people were fed up that women's history was being left out of the classroom. The first Women's History Week was celebrated in March 1978, culminating with a parade in downtown Santa Rosa, California. This local celebration turned into a movement. Activists pushed to make this week official, and it worked. In 1980, President Carter issued the first presidential proclamation, declaring the second week of March as National Women's History Week. And that momentum kept growing. In 1987, Congress officially declared March as National Women's History Month. A special presidential proclamation is issued each year which honors the extraordinary achievements of women in America. But more than 30 years later, the fight for gender equality continues. In 2020, for every dollar a man made, women made 82 cents.
Women's History Month was originated in US. It was when women are fighting for their rights to vote. That's right. This became the basis for the first Women's History Week, which eventually turned into a movement culminating in Congress declaring March as a Women's History Month celebration in 1987. The idea of International Women's Month was proposed in 1910 to honor the achievement of women in America.
Yeah, that's right. However, the fight for gender equality is still going. It's not the thing that some people doesn't even know about.
That's why we should educate them and raise their awareness to know the history of National Women's Month.
Looks like you have really learned a lot. That's good to hear.
Hey, Carmela, that's our new classmate here, right? The one who just arrived.
Yeah, let's give him a warm welcome. We'll explore him around the school. Great, that's a good idea.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Ivan.
Oh, welcome to Fiat Looks Academy. Welcome to Fiat Looks Academy.
Thanks, guys. We will try to check out birthday here, but I have no idea where everything is.
Don't worry, Ivan. When we class, I think we should give you a tour and show you everything.
Really?
Of course. First, this is the Red Body. It's our school supply for you and buy your needs. Next, this is our main room. There are classrooms, but only for junior high. Also, there is located the accountant offices, the library, and the museum.
Wow, it's amazing. What's the building of it? That's our building, the senior high school building, or what we call the Banyu High. Next here is our quadrangle, where we used to play, dance, and anything. And over there is our covered court, or what we call the Bulwagang Kalinangan.
So interesting.
Next, let's head to the seaside or our cafeteria. This is where you can have lunch or hang out if you want. We serve delicious meals every day.
Wow, I can really try the food. Just you should try the chicken pastil, the siomai rice, the pork katsu, the what do you call that again? The samgyup, yes, the carbonara, and there's snacks too like the cookies. I forgot to mention that Dr. Aida Salazar Gapo founded this school on the year of 1993 on June 15, where it all started. And the name of the school before was Little Scribblers Learning School.
Really? I didn't expect that the school has a base name.
The growing population of students prompted the founder to change the school's name into Fiat Lux, a Latin term which means let there be light, to provide a standardized curriculum for the students.
I hope you feel more familiar with our school now.
Thank you so much for the tour around the school. I know so much info about our school, and I'm really grateful that you came. Thank you.
Here are some do's and don'ts that can enhance our communication skills. In communicating, we must plan the messages we want to communicate. It is very important that the timing is right when we want to speak to someone. Before we speak, make sure that we get our facts straight and our statements are clear and free of unnecessary words or informations. We must take responsibility for ensuring that what we say is understood by our listener, ask for feedback, and provide clarification before completing the discussion. Don't assume that our audience shares interest in the subject. Think about how we can make the audience care about what we have to say. Don't let personal feelings get in the way, especially in professional matters. Don't just assume that the audience will understand our main thoughts on the subject. Again, it is important that our statements are clear. Don't be afraid to make changes if we are presented with new information or a different point of view. Remember that communication is a two-way street. In our skit, the language is used to give a dialogue. It involves gestures and tone of voice that can affect the emotion that are entertaining.
First, we have the attitude. These challenges has a big impact in communication, teamwork, and interaction of one another. It is really important to handle our attitude negatively to avoid misunderstanding and conflict with your communicator. By maintaining our ego, respect to each other, and prioritize to listen and willingness to learn from each other. By embracing this, communicators has easier collaborating and lead to positive outcome. Second, message the clarity is crucial because conveying a message without clarity can lead to misunderstanding and confusion for the receiver. We need to ensure that messages are clear, concise, and easy to understand. If the messages are hard to understand, then the receiver will have a difficult time understanding the intended message. In that case, provide specific instruction and avoid incorrect terms so that the receiver can construct the messages easily and understand them. Lastly, fake news and misinformation present one of the most challenges to address. It is crucial that we use strategies such as fact-checking, transparency, and verification for every piece of information before sharing it to prevent the spreading of false information. Developing proper critical thinking skills is essential for responsibly navigating information and ensuring its accuracy. We must prioritize building trust and confidence in our communication to effectively avoid these challenges. Additionally, educating others about the importance of verifying information and promoting media literacy can further contribute to mitigating the spread of information. In facilitating an assigned function involves a norms or rules that may include guidelines for communication, protocols, and organizational policies. By following, this can help to work efficiency and effectiveness to prevent unnecessary conflict.